Hi everyone. I'm actually live streaming on both of my channels, Canadian Studmuffin and Larry Graves ASMR. For my Larry Graves ASMR channel, this is my 200th video for the channel, and so I thought I would do my very first live chat on this channel. And hoping somebody comes by and leaves a comment or a question. I thank everyone that is subscribed to both of my channels. If possible, you should begin your 200th video with a clip from the first video. Yeah, I could have set that up, but I never thought of that actually. But it was just, I don't think it was anything too exciting. And both of the channels are kind of similar anyway. I've even thought of changing my name on this channel and get away from the ASMR wording. Back, bacon, and beer. That's a good name. And on my Canadian Studmuffin channel today, in a couple of hours at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm posting a video on the Guess Who, one of the greatest Canadian bands. And I guess Burden Cummings and Randy Bachman are suing the band that's known as the Guess Who these days for $20 million. And so I did a video about it, because when you see the Guess Who performing live these days, there isn't even one original member. And it's kind of sad. So I've got 13 people watching. Thank you. I just need some comments. I asked Glenn Kellaway from the basement, who joins me on a lot of my live chats, but he's going to Toronto today, so he's busy. This might not be a long live chat if nobody comments. All the world's a stage. Thank you for saving my live chat, Steve. Hey, Larry, free form or are you? No, it's just free form. And if you want to join, I'll send you a link. I'm not going to be on too long, though. Maybe half an hour, see how it goes. Bob has come to save me. Thank you, Bob. Hello, Larry, says Janet Sampson, better known as Bob. Yeah, I'm doing a video today, Bob, on the Guess Who. I don't know if you've heard, but the original members, Burden Cummings and Randy Bachman, they're suing the Guess Who that's out and around today for $20 million. You'll hop on? Okay. Invite. Copy. Hey, Larry and Steve, it's Flat, Round, and Spun VC. If you want to join, also Flat, Round, and Spun, feel free. I've got a link there. I don't know if I can pronounce that. Immutable Universe. Hey, Larry. Whereabouts in Canada are you? Ollie Perry. I am in Trenton, Ontario, Canada. Yeah. Loved the Guess Who. Yeah. It's just the band that's performing these days, they even have a new album out, and it's kind of like a prog rock album. And the real Guess Who never did prog rock. And Reviews says hello. Do you have any questions? Let me know. So like I said, this is for the first time, actually. I've set this up so it's streaming on my Canadian Studmuffin channel and my Larry Graves ASMR channel. I'm just waiting for some comments or somebody to save me. It's Steve. He's come to save me.
How you doing, Larry?
Good. How are you?
All right. Make sure I've got the original one off. You don't hear an echo, right?
I don't hear an echo.
Okay.
Yep. Sounds good.
Very good. 200 episodes on your ASMR, huh?
Yep. What is your favorite Bob Dylan record? My favorite.
Well, for me, it's Infidels.
It's the what?
Infidels.
Infidels. Okay.
From 83.
My favorite is Slow Train Coming.
Yeah, same era.
Yep.
Not quite the 80s production that Infidels has. Little cleaner, more traditional sound, but yeah. Concert for Bangladesh on vinyl.
Glenn just turned me on to the concert for Bangladesh on vinyl. I have it on CD. Just getting it now. Well, almost, because you are in command. Great. Hello, Larry. Dennis. Hello, Dennis. What's your favorite track off, I guess, the New Stones album?
The New Stones album? I don't know. I mean, I love the album, but I found as I've gotten older, I do not pay much attention to song titles.
Yeah, neither do
think
I.
of songs as song 1, song 4, song 5.
Yeah.
I think that part of the reason why that happened too is because of the CD era.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I've only heard the album once, but I definitely want to buy it. But that Lady Gaga song was really good. I was impressed with that.
I was surprised at it because I was a little apprehensive going into the album because I was like, why do they have all these guests?
Yeah, I don't like that, really.
You know, they're the Rolling Stones. They don't need any outside help.
Yeah, it's like, back in the day, Led Zeppelin featuring Lady Gaga. It's like, you don't need it.
Yeah. Oh.
What is your favorite food? Well, I like just the regular, whatever, pasta, pizza. What do you like, Steve?
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about my last meal, I'm having pizza.
Yeah.
So.
Have you gotten any more residents? No, I've only got the 4 albums, and then there's a 5th one that a friend is sending me called Eskimo. Yeah.
I do not have any residents.
They're pretty weird.
I know. I think I saw like half of it. There's like a documentary either on Netflix or Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
And I watched like probably half of it, and I think I fell asleep and then never picked up on the rest of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know they're a bit obscure. I know Trevor's a big fan. Yeah. And he could probably cash in his collection and pay for his trip to the UK next year if he wanted to. But
think the Gaga one is a bit overrated. Hey everyone, it's been a minute since I've caught a live stream. Well, you're catching one now, Briar's Music Showcase.
Yeah.
My favorite Dylan is Desire. Now and Then is a wonderfully produced song by Paul McCartney and Giles Martin. Yeah, I like it. Infidels I like, but not crazy about the production.
All right. Like I say, yeah, it has that 80s production sound to it. If it had been recorded 5 years earlier, well, even 3 or 4 years earlier, it would have sounded a little different, but I'm fine with it.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of an album to suggest for the Does This Album Suck series. Yeah. There's a few out there.
Yeah, there's plenty that fall into
no, but it's got to be an artist that's usually good, but they've released an album that isn't very good.
Yeah.
What is your favorite David Bowie character? I like David Bowie as himself. That's my favorite David Bowie character.
Well, I'll just take Ziggy because of the music at the time. But yeah, I'm kind of like you. I don't need him in character.
Yeah. I don't like Guest. I don't either. When you have you're talking about music. When you have the songs, what's the point of the guests? Yeah. Well, it's to sell more records.
I don't think Martin wanted me kicked off.
Eskimo is
I hope not, Martin.
Yeah, I found with the Residents, like I've got four albums, and everyone, the first listen is, what the heck did I just listen to? And then on further listens, you just start to enjoy it. At least I do. Does Keith sing on many Stones tracks? Yeah, a few. Not.
Yeah, he normally gets one per album.
Yeah,
you know, he's kind of their Ringo. You know, Mick throws him a bone.
What is the rarest, most collectible record CD in your collection? I'll ask Steve that.
What is my rarest? I do have a lot of my Grand Funk are Japanese import CDs, okay? Because Capitol Records, when CDs first came out, they were the worst label for reissuing stuff on CD. They were just slow to the dance. I don't know why, but for whatever reason they were. And I used to order from the back of Rolling Stone magazine, in the classified. There was like an importer exporter who would sell Japanese CDs, and that is most of my Grand Funk collection. Grab some of them. I know those are worth a good chunk of change. You can see here all of these. Let's see if we can pick that up. Yeah, you can see all the Japanese writing. And this is On Time, Survival, E Pluribus, Phoenix.
Yep.
Those are all imports. I know my Grand Funk Live album is also an import. Oh yeah, and all three of these are also.
Yeah. So the sound quality is pretty good.
Oh yeah, this is an American band, Shining On, and All the Girls in the World Beware.
Yeah.
So all of those, yeah, I mean, Capitol, they were just horrible. I don't know why, but that was their mindset.
Yeah. Yeah. Survival, I think, is my favorite studio album.
I'm torn between E Pluribus and the Red Album, the Grand Funk one right behind me up there on my wall.
Yep. Yep.
It's actually, I got Mark Farner to autograph that back in '87.
Yeah.
I saw him play a place in suburban Chicago. It used to be a bowling alley converted into a club.
Yeah.
It's sad seeing your rock and roll heroes in settings like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we stood front row, you know. I mean, well, we had seats, but I mean, then once he came out, we stood. But
that's a long way from Shea Stadium.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, and that's 17 years removed. Yeah, it's hard seeing them in settings like that sometimes.
Yeah. Sweetheart Like You. Yeah,
I agree. Which is from Infidels. Yep, fantastic.
What's a sweetheart like you doing in a dump like this? Yeah.
Have you heard? Oh, go ahead.
Have you heard of the Canadian band called Klaatu? Yes, it's Glenn Kellaway from the Basement's favorite band.
Yeah, Glenn hates them.
Yeah, I really like them.
I do too. I have everything they've put out, and
all Glenn focuses on is calling occupant, like the one song, and he doesn't like the Beatles connection, which really wasn't the band's.
It wasn't the band. Yeah, it was a record label. They were kind of selling them as that just to push more units.
Yeah.
What's 2073?
Klaatu were abducted by aliens. Yes, they were. And so Steve and I, along with Glenn Kellaway and a couple of other people, we're going to be starting a CD exchange on my other channel. So do you have an album in mind already?
I've already picked out my first one. Yeah, I definitely know what it is. You?
Not really, no.
No. Well, you've done so many of those with Glenn already that
yeah, but the good thing about doing it this way is it doesn't matter if you've heard the album before,
right?
So which makes it a little easier, at least, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to try and not choose stuff that most people probably know. And
I'm
I'm
going to
hoping,
choose Abbey Road.
and I'm hoping that's what I encounter too. I'm hoping I find some stuff that makes me
Yeah,
kind of go out of my comfort zone and try some newer stuff.
yeah,
I mean, and that's the great thing about the VC is, I've bought a lot of stuff over the last, what, 3 years that I've been watching,
yeah.
that I probably never would have been exposed to if not
Well,
for suggestions.
but even with the CD exchange with Glenn, like there's bands like I knew, Procol Harum and the Moody Blues. I always liked them, but with the CD exchange, I actually had to listen to a full album, and I
Right.
became a huge fan of both of those bands and other artists. Yeah.
Now, when you've been doing this with Glenn, do you have like a set number of listens you impose onto yourself? Do you say
No,
like, I'm
no,
gonna give
but
it 3 listens?
I think at least three listens, right?
Yeah.
To be fair, because
Right.
there's going to be times you hear an album for the first time, at least for me, and it's like I don't like that, and then you end up liking it. Yeah,
Yeah, because that's kind of what I thought too. I thought, you know what, really, to be fair to the other person and the band, the album, whatever the case may be, I probably need to give it at least 3 spins before I can form a true opinion.
yeah.
I
Your
only have
favorite?
one Kate Bush record,
Yeah.
and that's the
Uh,
one with Running Up the Hill. What is that? Hounds or something? I
Hounds
can't
of
remember.
Love. Yeah, I think
Hounds of
that's my
Love.
favorite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only one I have. Great voice, but I have a hard time getting into the music.
It's Mike. Hi, Larry. Have you seen the bonus documentaries from your Munsters box set? Did you like them? Yeah, I love bonus. When I buy like, Blu-rays or DVDs and it has bonus material, sometimes I watch the bonus material more than the movie. I just find it interesting. Steve, you've got a question here.
Okay. AAA.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, what's new on your channel?
Mine, I just I recorded this morning. Yeah, I had a big film crew in here. Uh, I just recorded this morning because I have this ongoing, continuing series called 5 Years in the Life of an
Yeah,
Artist,
yeah.
where I pick what I think is their best 5 year stretch. And I just recorded Pink Floyd this morning, which will go up later today. I'm doing that, and then I'm going to do a feature on a band that Alex from Beer and Vinyl turned me on to. I think I'll record that tomorrow. That's by a band called Velvet Insane. They put out 3 albums so far. I have all 3 of them. They are like 1973 glam rock, but they're a modern band. If you like Slade or Martha Hoople or T-Rex or David Bowie, The Sweet, any from that era, you'll like this band.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
one that I was pleasantly surprised that I could find a band like that now.
Do you think Stevie, is it Ricks or Rikes, will do a parody of the Now and Then video? I hope so. He actually did I don't have it on my channel, but he did a music video with me. I should repost it.
I don't know if I'm familiar with
He
Stevie.
he does impersonations of the Beatles.
Oh, okay.
Kind of well known.
Strictly Beatles?
I don't think so. No, I think he does other ones too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to search out that channel. Put it in my search window here, so I've got it. And that's the correct spelling, Stevie? Oh, yeah, I see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stevie Ricks, yeah. And, oh, wow, 65,000 subscribers.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
in,
That's in my territory.
I was going to say, that's in Studmuffin territory.
There's somebody more popular than me on YouTube. I don't believe it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I see. He does a lot. He does Bob Dylan, Hall & Oates. Yeah, okay, I'll have to check him out. I don't know why I've never come across him.
Geese is a fantastic modern rock band. Their album 3D Country is sort of Stones influenced and sort of glam rock influenced.
I will have to check them out. Geese? Just
Yeah,
called
Geese.
Geese, huh?
I would think I would think over naming your band Geese though.
Yeah, yeah, yes.
Geese doesn't fly.
3D Country. Yeah, I mean, I thought Porcupine Tree was a bad name.
Yeah,
Geese is even worse.
yeah.
I wonder how that even happens.
And the band has to kind of agree. Yeah, that's it. Geese.
Yeah, I mean, you need like, well, I mean, just assume, just let's say they're at minimum a power trio. You need three guys to sign off on that.
They're going to change their name to Goose.
Oh, you did a collaboration with them, Larry?
Yeah.
What was that? What video was that?
Or when I did I did a day in the life with the music and everything, and he did the middle part as Paul.
Okay.
I should repost that. Yeah.
I'll have to check that out on his channel. Let's see if I will do a search on his. And are you credited as?
No, it's on my. It was on my channel.
Oh, it's on your channel.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like a copyright thing, but I don't care about that now. I can just repost it. Yeah.
Okay. I don't get that whole copyright thing with YouTube. I don't know why.
It's so stupid too. Especially, you're trying to promote an artist. What is wrong with using like a 30-second clip of the music? Right.
And it just seems very arbitrary. I mean, some people can play a whole song.
Yeah.
One time I had just a band playing in the background very faintly. Yeah. And I was surprised that one got rejected. So, yeah, very, very strange.
Do you have a favorite tribute band? No, I'm not really a fan of tribute bands. There's good ones out there.
I'll say there's one tribute band I've seen that I'm impressed with, and actually they're from Canada. You might know them, Larry, the Musical Box.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Genesis tribute band. Yeah, and they do nothing but Peter Gabriel era Genesis. I've seen them down here twice, and they are fantastic. And they're fully endorsed by Genesis.
Yeah.
In fact, even Peter Gabriel gave the lead singer all his outfits and everything from back then.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And I know Peter Gabriel took his kids one time to see them, and he says, "Yeah, this is what I used to do."
That's cool.
Yeah.
Geese, I never heard of them, but Goose is a great prog jam band.
Uh-oh, there's a geese and a goose out there.
Great power pop band with a bad name. English slang for cigarettes, let's say.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never heard of them either, Trevor.
Hello, Jamie King. Have you seen the Roger Waters concert DVD in the flesh? If not, highly recommend. I'm not a fan of Roger Waters, like his solo stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I saw him live do The Wall, and that was fantastic, but I'm not a big fan of, in fact, I don't even own any of his solo stuff.
Yeah. So you don't have his version of Dark Side of the Moon?
I do not. I
Have you heard it?
I haven't even bothered to check out 30 seconds. I mean, you know what? You're not going to try and repaint the Mona Lisa.
Yeah. A large portion is Pink Floyd material. Yeah. But I'd rather just listen to a Pink Floyd album.
Yeah, because then I get Roger Gilmore's vocals over Roger. I mean, David Gilmore's vocals over Roger Waters. So, and even Roger Waters admits that David Gilmour is the better singer.
So what did you think of the Beatles' new song?
I will be honest. I listened to it twice.
He hates it.
Well, I don't hate it, but I will say I'm underwhelmed.
You're like Glenn Kellaway from The Basement.
Yeah. To me, you know what? I commented on Matt Street's channel.
Yeah.
I said the way I feel about it is, you know how people will make a game out of whittling down the White Album from 2 albums to 1. If I were to do that and Now and Then had been on the White Album, it wouldn't have made the cut for me. So, I mean, I get all the sentimentality behind it, and I love the Beatles. I mean, the Beatles are one of my 3 favorite bands of all time. But the song just, it didn't do much for me. I listened to it a third time this morning, and still, you know, I mean, I'm not going to run out and buy the redone red and blue sets. And so just, did you like it?
Yeah, I really
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I'm getting the red and blue. I'm mainly because of the remixed earlier stuff,
Right.
proper stereo. My favorite band name, Killer Dwarves. That is a good name for a band.
That is a good name.
That's a killer name.
I'm assuming Bacon Beer is from Canada.
Yeah.
Is he or she, whoever it may be?
Have you seen the recently discovered deleted scenes for Planes, Trains, and Automobiles from last year? John Candy Was Gold. No, I don't think I have. One of my favorite movies.
I watch very few movies. I think I've seen like 10 movies in the last 10 years. So
Yeah. I'm not a big movie guy. I feel I like Now and Then the more I hear it. The melody is currently stuck in my head. Yeah. Congratulations, Larry. Thank you for my 200th episode.
200, yeah.
You have to watch the Now and Then video to appreciate the song.
I did watch the video, and you're not going to like my review on the video either. I found it a bit cheesy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Hate me if you will. It just didn't do it for me.
Hello, gentlemen. I was wondering your thoughts on the 30th anniversary of Anthology next year. It's never been released on Blu-ray, and the CDs haven't been remastered. Plus, they could add Anthology 4. I think they're working on something.
But I mean, I will also say this about the, post 1970s Beatles. The two songs for Anthology was Free as a Bird and Real Love. I wasn't keen on those either.
Yeah.
I mean, I have those Anthology sets. I can't even think the last time I played them, or even just put them in the CD player to hear those songs.
Yeah.
So are those going to be on the red and blue sets?
No.
Oh,
no.
That's strange that they wouldn't put those on. I wonder why.
What would you rate Now and Then out of 10 now? 10. But when I first heard it, I think I gave it an 8. It's Music Talk with John. What's happening, fellas?
John?
We're having a party. Anthology needs cleaning up as soon as possible. Get right on that.
Well, I know. I mean, like I say, it's been years since I've listened to those. I think I agree, because I remember so much of it is kind of muffled and distorted, because it's just stuff that's really not said directly into a microphone. They've stepped away a little bit because they're not singing. I would imagine that can be enhanced.
If you look closely, the Anthology footage in the music video was remastered the same way the Get Back footage was. Yeah. They're probably working on it.
Yeah.
Okay, I got something to talk about. Odd, but could be imaginable. Okay. Can't wait to hear that.
Fire Soul Rockers, The Odd World of Rena.
So, are you a fan of the Guess Who at all?
I do like, what, they're one of those bands, all I need is the greatest hits.
Yeah.
I do have one of those budget busters where they sell you like in the paper sleeves, like you get 5 CDs in the box.
Oh, yeah.
And I have that for the Guess Who. But yeah, to me, they're
These
like
are the ones I got.
Yeah, to me, they're kind of like Three Dog Night, where all I need is the greatest hits. Which one do I have?
Yeah, on my Canadian Studmuffin channel today, I'm doing a video. I'm going to post it about 1 p.m. And I guess Burden Cummings and Randy Bachman are suing the Guess Who for $20 million.
I did see that like on Ultimate Classic Rock's website. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one
Thank you.
that's this one.
Yep.
This one has Canned Wheat, American Woman, Share the Land, So Long, Bannatyne, and Rockin'. So I'm assuming you have all those.
Yeah.
Seeing how you're Canadian, you're pretty much issued those at birth, right, or something?
Yep. As much as I respect Glenn, I disagree with him about the importance of the Red and Blue albums. Look at what the one album did for the Beatles in 2000. It's the 11th best-selling album of all time. Yeah, it's going to be good for younger people, hopefully. John Lennon Double Fantasy Solo No Yoko, 14 songs. Well, I like Yoko Ono. I'm sorry.
So
Do you
like
find
Yoko?
prog rock boring?
No, not at all. I mean, I guess there's some bands I might find boring, but on a whole, I like a lot of prog rock.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Yes, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, King Crimson, Porcupine Tree, all those bands.
Do you feel like you're cheating on your Studmuffin channel when you post a video on your ASMR channel? No, because I'm streaming this on my Canadian Studmuffin channel at the same time.
How do you decide which goes where? Which video goes to which channel?
I don't. They're kind of the same anyway. That's why
Right.
I'm thinking of changing the name on the ASMR channel to whatever, something else. Because I don't really do ASMR. This is ASMR.
Yeah. Because what's the difference in numbers and subscribers for the two channels? I mean,
Well,
you're at
this one just started over a year ago, and it's doing like I thought it would. It's got like, I think over 1,200 subscribers or something.
But you're at like what, high 40s, right, for your channel?
Yeah, whatever. I don't care about. I don't really obsess on how many.
Well, no,
subscribers.
once you hit those lofty numbers.
Yeah, it's like, I've made it on YouTube.
Yes, you
No,
are.
but some people, they're doing a contest for like 300 subscribers. It's just kind of silly, I find. But
you're at 47.1.
yes, let me write that down so I remember.
Yeah. So
the current Guess Who band are basically a tribute band. They are not the Guess Who. Yeah, they even have a new album out. And it's kind of like it's not saying it's bad, but it's like a prog rock album.
So how did they hijack the name?
It's a long story, but I think the bassist found out that the name was available, and so he got the copyright for it. That was years ago.
Oh, wow. They
kind of did a sneaky.
They hadn't protected it, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Geniuses don't get bored. Yep, Plastic Ono Band. Starless is the best King Crimson song without a doubt.
That is a great song.
Only the real hardcore Larry fans follow both channels. That's right. Double Fantasy, Milk and Honey. Isn't the Guess Who just the original drummer and other musicians? Yes. But even Gary Peterson, the original drummer, doesn't play with them live all the time now because of his age and his health. So there's no original members on stage.
Yeah, it's hard for drummers to hold up that long.
Yeah.
It's just a killer on the body.
Yeah. It's Sam St. John.
Oh, there's Sam.
Yeah, he follows us everywhere.
Speaking of YouTube, legends.
Sam, do you want to join us? Let me know. And Steve. Oh,
I guess he was calling you the angelic glow, and then it's just and Steve.
What are your opinions on Paul McCartney's Russian album and Unplugged? I have them, but I never really play them.
Right, I was going to say I've got them, but they very rarely get any spins. I mean, when I'm in a mood for Paul, normally my go-to is Ram.
Mm-hmm. I heard Bachman and Cummings signed off the name in the late 70s. Well, if they're, I don't know. I don't believe that, but if they're going after them, they must know what they're doing, you know. Yeah, guess who? Who is that? Guess who?
Guess who's on stage?
I have to work at the office, otherwise I join.
Oh, that's right. It's Tuesday. He's normally home, I think, Thursday and Fridays.
Greatest hits compilations are for casual fans. I hate when bonus material is added to get hardcore fans. Yeah. And I also don't like when somebody releases an album and then a few months later they release the deluxe version of it with more songs.
Right.
It's like an album is an album. You can't just tack on more songs later on. Like, yeah. Ram is great. Yeah, it's for me, it's my favorite Paul McCartney album.
Yeah. Without a doubt. I mean, second, I guess Band on the Run is second, but
I like his later stuff too, like Chaos and Creation in the Backyard is one of my favorites.
I was surprised how much I liked New, because I had kind of given up by then. I thought, oh man, he hasn't done much for me lately, and then I was surprised. Well, I'm glad Steve sees me when I'm sleeping and knows when I'm awake.
Yeah, I actually gave up on Paul McCartney for like 26 years.
At what point? Like back to
when Pipes of Peace came out, it's like,
oh, that's a bad album. Pipes of Peace, Press to Play. That's a bad stretch. Yeah. Although Flowers in the Dirt isn't bad. That's a pretty good album from that stretch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Alex told me he was gonna head out by Sam.
Yeah. New is my favorite, more recent McCartney album. Yeah.
I would say so, yes.
Hey guys, Joanne here from South Africa.
Wow.
Flat, round, and spun. Gotta get back to work, guys. Driving and chatting don't mix. I'll talk to you later, Steve. Take care, Larry. Thank you. Flat, round, and spun.
Yeah, Trevor's out on the road.
Egypt Station is a great album. Yep, I like all of his recent albums.
I do like that album too. I haven't bought the only one I don't have is McCartney 3.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah. Where do you rank it with New and Egypt?
I like them all the same.
Okay.
Yeah. When it comes to, a lot of artists that I love, there's certain albums I like more and others I don't like as much, but like I said, all the recent McCartney albums, I love them. I've been happy with them. Flaming Pie is Paul's best 90s album.
I would agree.
If you could bring any musician back to life, who would it be?
Wow. Well, mine is a very quick, easy answer. It'd be Tommy Bolin. He's one of my top favorite guitarists. He only did this 2 studio albums, just one album with Deep Purple, and then he had a couple with Zephyr and a couple with James Gang. But he did a lot by the time he was 25. But I would have liked to have seen what he would have done, because he died in 76, so he's coming up on 50 years gone.
Wow. Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen what he had done with the rest of his life.
Yeah.
You, Larry?
Probably John Lennon.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he was only 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why when people try to make a comparison, who they like more, John or Paul, their solo career, it's unfair.
You can't even do that, really. No.
Yeah. If you want to judge from 70 to 80, that's fine.
Yeah.
But that's right. Sam's going to see Nick Lowe.
That's cool. Awesome. At his concert. Yeah. I thought you were going over to his house.
Oh yeah. going to have dinner at Nick's house.
McCartney 3 is a very good album. Yeah. Egypt Station was my favorite album for Paul McCartney. I've never heard of Paul McCartney before.
Careful what you say, he'll blackball you.
It's Pow. Pow, I haven't received your package yet, but I'll do a video for it when I do.
Oh, you have some VCLT on the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
She sent me stuff in the past. Thank you. A senior citizen, Mark Bolan, would be interesting.
Yeah, that's another one who died very young.
The Mind of Martin, thoughts on ELO. I love them. Favorite album for me, there's two, El Dorado and ELO 2.
El Dorado's my favorite. Out of the Blue would be next. But like I always say about double albums, sometimes I see that almost as an unfair comparison because, you're judging a double album against a single. So,
Yeah.
But it's definitely El Dorado.
We were robbed of so much more music from John. Yeah, he would have made many more classics. It's sad. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have George's last album? I mean, the posthumous Brainwashed.
No. I should get it. Yeah.
That's not a bad album. I think for a later day Harrison album, I mean, with the exception of Cloud Nine, it's one of the better ones. That's for sure.
Yeah. Larry, there might be a Nick Lowe CD in the VCLT as well. Cool. Nick Lowe is great. Yep, he sure is. Janis Joplin brought back would be interesting, slow bluesy feel to her music. I'm more of a Beatles fan myself. People here listen to music more in line with our language of Africans, and then also we have 11 official languages in South Africa. Any Road is one of my favorite George songs.
That has to be because he's saying it's just 11 languages in South Africa alone. So
yeah,
that has to be difficult to live in a country like that where you have 11 languages, official languages.
It's Morris. Sorry I'm late. Well, I'll let it go this time, Morris. I was a bit busy. That's a pretty poor excuse.
Yeah.
I really didn't want to miss giving this channel my support. Here's to 200 more videos. Thank you, Morris. Brainwashed is really cool. Brainwashed is good. Do you think Peter Jackson photoshopped a smile on George's face for the music video? Just kidding. Yeah, I think there was some trickery in the video.
Maybe that's why I found it cheesy. I don't know. Maybe it was just...
Yeah, but the Beatles, it was... I know it doesn't really match the song, but they couldn't do a depressing video for it.
Right.
And the Beatles had a lot of humor, too.
Yeah.
Right? Like, John and George, they would be goofing off so much. So I could see it, even in a serious song, doing a stupid, acting stupid. I actually don't talk about the Beatles. I'm really not a fan. So let's cut away from the...
I couldn't tell by your shirt.
Do you think the Beatles would have gotten back together in the early 80s, played Live Aid in 80? I think they would have... They would have done something. I don't know about Live Aid, but I would bring back Jimi Hendrix, yeah.
Another one who died very young, yep.
Oh, yeah, it's rough, eh? LOL, yeah. Yeah, it seems. Now and Then is the best video I've ever seen. Love it. Yeah. My favorite Beatles video would be Strawberry Fields Forever.
I think I probably just enjoy the Get Back film footage.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
On the rooftop is what I'm talking about, yeah.
Okay. But the documentary, you saw the documentary?
I started watching the documentary.
And you fell asleep.
My wife and I were watching it. We're like, is something going to happen here?
You're one of those that found it boring.
We were both bored by it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I loved every second of it. I love the Now and Then video. So what if they use visual effects? It's a very touching video. That's right, Morris. The stickers you gave me were a hit at my gig last week, Steve.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. I did his logo. I gave him like, I think 3-inch round stickers. So
If the Beatles actually reunited on Saturday Night Live, that would have been the most historical musical moment.
yeah, might have even trumped the Janet Jackson moment at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, her career kind of went after that.
Yeah.
Nipplegate. Yeah. I can see why some people think the video was cheesy, but those people forget that John's humor was a major element to the Beatles' success.
Oh no, I recognize John's humor. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not singling out John in the video. I mean, and John's my favorite Beatle, but just kind of overall the sentimentality, that's what I took from it.
Yeah.
Or as John Lennon said, they're going to crucify me.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite band that is not well known? Oh yeah, I've got lots.
Yeah.
Where to begin?
One
The
band that I
Residents.
absolutely love is Imperial State Electric. They have probably 6 studio albums, and then they did 1 studio album that was for Japanese release only, and they put out a double live album too about 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
They're no longer together because the leader of the band, Nicky Anderson, he just kind of bounces from project to project. Before they had become Imperial State Electric, they were the Helicopters. And after Imperial State Electric, he disbanded that. He's in a band now called Lucifer. So,
a couple others, not that they're not known, but they're not really popular, are the Undertones and the sensational Alex Harvey Band.
I love Alex Harvey.
Yeah.
I saw Alex Harvey on Halloween in 1975.
Wow.
With the Tubes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun concert.
Yeah.
I love the album Next. That's my favorite album.
Yeah, yeah. Thoughts on Billy Joel? I don't have any thoughts on Billy Joel.
I am not a fan of Billy Joel. I don't own any music by Billy Joel. So that's probably not what you wanted to hear.
I used to buy his albums back in the 70s, early 80s, but I'm not a fan these days. The Cosmic Torpedoes, they are one of the better unknown. They're really unknown.
What are they like?
Well, if you like bad music, they're really good.
Okay. All right. Oh, isn't it Glennon?
Yeah.
Sam's band? Yeah. Okay.
If you like banjo.
Yeah. Can't say I'm a banjo.
Trick question. Do you know what South African rock band made it big in the USA in the 90s?
Well, 90s to me is a fairly bad decade for music. So I may not know them. Who is it, Johan?
Who is it? Let us know.
You have us on the edge of our seats.
Any interest in the new Who's box set? A little pricey.
I have it.
Phil Aston did a video recently, and he was showing his box set and the book. There's pages missing from it, like it's an issue. Yeah, like it wasn't a good review.
Oh, all right. Yeah, thankfully, all of mine was there.
Yeah,
I love it. The Lifehouse Project CDs are they sound fantastic. There's the additional live sets. The book that comes along with it is great. So I was lucky initially when it went on sale, and I think it's the same price now. Initially when it went on sale, it was like $2.99 US, and I had it sitting there in my cart. I just kept thinking, okay, they'll adjust the price. And they did. They dropped it to $2.59, and that's when I ordered it. But I think it is back at $2.99. So, I mean, I did save myself $40, but.
I remember the Cosmic Torpedoes. Glenn was he was replaced with a musician. I got an ad in the middle of the stream. Why did I get an ad in the middle of the stream? Because this is my way, because I'm retired, of making lots of money on YouTube. I apologize. But after like almost 18 years, I used to never have, I could have had ads like in the middle of my videos, and I never did. But now that I'm retired, I need the extra money. So I apologize.
I didn't know that that happened during the middle of streams. Okay.
Do you guys remember the first album you ever bought with your own money?
I don't.
Not shoplifted.
I mean, I couldn't say for sure, but I'm sure it was a Beatles album. That's all I could say about that.
I
Can't
think
remember which one.
I think my first one was Grand Funk Live album, which isn't a bad album to buy.
No. Because how old are you?
65.
All right, so you're 2 years younger than me. So
no, you're supposed to say 65. You don't look a day over 45.
Well, I thought that just went without
And I don't
saying.
dye my hair yet.
Okay. So you were 15 when that came. No.
58.
Wait, you were born which year? You were born 58.
I was about 12 when I bought it.
Okay. Yeah, you were 12 years old when that album came out. Okay.
Yeah. Yep, I've listened to. I've got a double CD of most of their stuff.
I have Disraeli Gears.
They might be giants. I like their music. I don't have anything by them, and they opened up for Sparks at the Hollywood Bowl a few months back.
I know the name, but I don't have any of their music.
I had to get premium so that I never get ads. No, don't get premium. It's worth it. Yeah.
What do they charge for premium?
I think it's like $10 a month.
Oh, okay.
Al Jolson for Steve.
Yeah, that was my very first album. Yeah.
What's your favorite decade of music except the 60s? Well, it'd be the 70s.
It's the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah. 70s would be first. 60s would be second.
Let me tell you my thoughts on Billy Joel. Come on over to Music Talk with John, where I worship him like the musical god he is. I'm sorry, but there's no self-promotion on my live chats. Music Talk with John, who talks about Billy Joel on his channel. Go check it out. Seether, he's seething. Oh, Seether. I've never heard of the band.
I know of the name, but don't know the music.
Yeah. The first album I ever bought was Abbey Road, followed closely by Are You Experienced?
Okay.
Love Cream, and the 2005 reunion is great. I don't get adverts on YouTube. Darn it. I'm paying $12.99 a month.
Okay.
Great bands that recorded on, Blind. That's one of my all-time favorite albums.
This would be one. Derek and the Dominoes would be one. Ironically, both Eric Clapton.
The Shaggs. John, get out of here, haha. Do you listen to classical music? No, but I could. I would enjoy it.
I don't. I prefer lyrics. To me, that's the biggest drawback of classical music.
You, the man, Larry. Thank you, Lion Zion. I'm the man. I'm the man, Steve.
There you go.
Oh, sorry about the self-promotion. Don't go to Music Talk with John. That was very selfish of me, Larry. That's right. Don't go to Music Talk with John because he talks about Billy Joel on his channel.
Is that your favorite artist, John? Billy Joel?
I mean, I know he's definitely talented, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I want to listen to it.
Right. I don't deny that. I mean, yeah, it's just not for me.
My favorite Well, geez, that's a difficult one. But
Is he asking McCartney 1, 2, or 3? The titled albums 1, 2, or 3?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
okay,
the solo
well,
ones.
it's 1 for me because 2 I cannot stand.
I love 2.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of where he lost me. And then I didn't like Back to the Egg or
I'll take the Jimi Hendrix Experience over Cream. Oh, the real question is, what kind of lip balm does Steve use?
Can I endorse a product on your channel,
Sure.
Larry?
Yep.
Sure, it's chapstick, Sam.
Oh yeah.
The original.
Do you like Nick Drake? I've never really checked out much of his music.
I've tried. Can't really get into it.
Morris, a lot of newer stuff, but 60s and 70s is the best era for music. Yeah.
I will agree. No argument there.
That's Fighting Words Sam. The closest thing to classical music I listen to are the Mark I Deep Purple albums.
Okay.
Nick Drake is one of my favorites. Your favorite Prince album?
I can only give you one because I only own one, and that's
Purple Rain, Purple Rain.
saw him live once, and it was the loudest concert me and my wife had ever been to.
Wow.
Which shocked us. I mean, actually, we left, I don't know, maybe 3/4 of the way through the show just because it was so loud.
Yeah. Some of Zappa's classical stuff I dig, but other than that, I know basically nothing. Yeah. Are you a Frank Zappa fan, Steve?
I am not.
I thought you were going to say I am, and then you put not at the end.
No, I am not. I've tried a little bit of it. Growing up, I had a number of friends who were into them. They get played at parties and stuff. And it just never made a connection with me. I do not deny he's an incredibly talented musician, but no.
The first album I bought with my own earned money was the Beatles' Alpha Omega bootleg, but I didn't know at the time. Do you listen to Elliott Smith? He doesn't put out enough albums. Is that the guy that puts out all those albums? Or is it somebody else I'm thinking of?
He's another one. I know the name, but I can't say that ever.
No, I'm thinking of Ryan Adams.
Oh, yeah, Ryan Adams.
He puts out so many. I was thinking of that today. There's certain artists, even Neil Young kind of puts out too many albums, right?
Yeah.
It's like every one a year, or maybe every 2 years. That's good. Not every few months. I don't know. Yes, he is. I don't expect everyone to like him. No, he's, like I said, he's very talented, though. So seriously, if you like Billy Joel, check out Music Talk with John's channel. After I'm done this live stream, I'll have a link for Steve's channel. You can pay me later, Steve. Okay. And Music Talk with John, but not Sam St. John.
No.
I've done enough promoting of his channel.
Oh, God, I know I have.
Oh. Do you know about Ben Folds? I've just heard the name.
It's another one. I know the name, but...
yeah. Do you have a favorite Deep Purple album? I like the third one. And Machine Head.
Machine Head's my favorite. In Rock would be my second favorite.
And the one after Machine Head, that's kind of underrated too, isn't it?
Who do we think we are?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like that album. A lot of people don't. I really like the second side of that because to me, that's kind of John Lord really gets to own that side. That is really heavy keyboards on that side.
Have you seen Neil Young's concert film Heart of Gold from 2005? I ignored it for years and finally gave it a try. It's amazing. No, I haven't seen that. I've seen probably a clip from it. My favorite Prince album is Photograph Prince. It's weird that I can't see a lot of the comments that you're bringing up, Larry. Yeah. Have you ever had any issues on your channel with people saying that they've left a comment but doesn't show up?
Yep.
That's annoying, right? Because
I mean, I've
people think
done it.
it's us doing it, and it's not.
Right. I've had it happen to me where I've posted a comment,
Yeah.
and then I'll go back to that channel
It's
later.
gone.
It's gone.
It's not there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you comment on anybody's channel, and it's not the person deleting it for
Right.
the most part. It's just YouTube all screwy.
Yeah. When I first started commenting, I would find it very frustrating where you would type out a rather long response.
Yeah.
And then you hit reply.
Yeah.
Or comment, whatever. I can't even picture what button it is you hit. And it just sits there and cycles, and it ends up getting deleted. So anytime now I have
thinking if it'll post it or not.
Yeah. So
I don't know about this.
so now when I have a long response, I always copy it.
Yeah.
And then I click.
That's good
and
idea.
then if it doesn't show up, then I'll just go back and paste it again.
What's the most memorable concert that you went to? For me, anytime I've seen Sparks and Paul McCartney in 2010.
Man, there's so many to choose from. I mean, my first, obviously, which was Alice Cooper on the $1 Billion Babies tour, but I would also say McCartney in '76 on the Venus and Mars tour, Led Zeppelin on the Physical Graffiti tour. Those are three big ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I thought he was another one of those who had committed suicide.
Yeah. Yeah. I always get him mixed up with Ryan Adams for some reason. I would prefer it if, for movies reissued, deleted scenes were inserted in the proper place rather than added as bonus. Look, I got a super chat from Ken Domick Reaction Channel, Music Experts Support. I have to give you half of this, I guess. Thank you very much, Ken Domick Reaction Channel. I guess he reacts to Ken Domick on that channel.
You can throw my $250 to Sam St. John.
Thank you, KDRC. Any thoughts on the Dio era rainbow?
I really like the first two albums, Long Live Rock and Roll. Kind of torn between, but maybe I think it's just because it's the first two were so good. I saw them on that tour.
Yeah.
It was great.
I can't see anything from Sam in the comments. That's great. I set it up that way so nobody can see his comments.
That's a bonus, John.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be commenting on that.
You can hide really annoying comments on YouTube.
Yeah. But I don't know. Is that a thumbs up or a thumbs down that he can or can't see Sam's comments?
Ever listen to Lindsey Buckingham's album Out of the Cradle? No.
That is my favorite Lindsey Buckingham album by far. That is a fantastic album. Never hear anybody talk about it. Big thumbs up there, Mike Bass.
I figured it out. Some people are watching from ASMR, yeah, and some are watching from Studmuffin. You can only see the ones from the channel you're watching from. I'm a genius. Way to go, Music Talk, John.
I'm not going to dispute that, John.
Springsteen at the CNE back in the 80s. Willie Nelson released an album every 6 months. Yeah, a lot of the country singers did back, especially in the 60s, 70s.
I know a couple comments back there. I saw somebody had said Steve Hackett releases 2 albums a year, but normally most of those are live. So
your favorite Talking Heads record? For me, it is Fear of Music.
I don't have one, as I don't own any.
Steve hates Talking Heads. Write that down.
Yeah.
Some movies have done that. Back Bacon Beer, Big with Tom Hanks comes to mind, which added high quality deleted scenes. Favorite song off Plastic Ono Band by John Lennon? It would be Mother.
Yeah, that's the one I kind of go to. I'm just trying to think. Is Power to the People on the original, or is that just the expanded?
Expanded.
Yeah. Well, then it'd be Mother. No, it'd probably be Isolation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd probably be Isolation.
It happens to me too. Comments disappear, but I find if I sort by newest first, they sometimes come back. That sounds like a lot of work, though.
Yeah.
The comments, you should just see the comments, no matter what. Who had the best artist at Live Aid, Wembley or Philly? I don't know.
Well,
I'd have to look at the list.
I'm going to say Philly just because I believe that's where Black Sabbath was. That's where Led Zeppelin was. Not a sterling performance by them, but just because of those two acts, I'm going to go with that.
And Phil Collins was at both.
Right. He jetted over on the Concorde.
Your favorite song off of Band on the Run? For me, it's Picasso's Last Words. My favorite is 1985.
That's mine too, 1985, yeah.
It's Stephen Schnee. Wembley had the best acts at Live Aid. Well, Stephen should know. So on my Canadian Studmuffin channel later today, I'm posting about the Guess Who. So I hope everybody checks it out, because Randy Bachman and Burden Cummings are suing the Guess Who band for $20 million. And I hope they win their case. By default, they did Wembley. Yeah, Queen. Yeah, Queen was okay at Live Aid. Are you a fan of Queen, Steve?
I love the first three albums.
Yeah.
Queen 2 is my favorite. And then Day at the Races, Night at the Opera. I like those. I don't love them. And then after that, they lost me. I did not like News of the World. And to me, they came back a little with The Game. That's not a bad album. But then everything after that, not much of a fan. Although I will say they did one that I liked more than I realized, and that's Innuendo.
Yeah, I love that album. Yeah.
I do like that album, but I mean, stuff like Jazz and Hot Space, no.
Prince or Michael Jackson? I would pick Michael Jackson.
I would take Prince.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I only have one Prince album, so that tells you how many Michael Jackson albums I have.
I used to have almost all of Live Aid on VHS from the MTV broadcast. Yeah.
I've got the DVD concert.
Paul did an excellent job making a Beatles album with Band on the Run, overplayed at this point, but what an achievement. True story. This is from Stephen Schnee, so it must be true. Christopher Cross' Ride Like the Wind was written while his band was doing an extended jam of Macca's 1985.
I can give you another true story about Christopher Cross.
He's a very good guitar player.
He is. He filled in for Richie Blackmore at a Deep Purple concert in 1970 when they were touring in rock. They were doing two shows that they did, an afternoon and an evening. And Blackmore played the day show, but got sick. They were talking about canceling the evening show, but the promoter was like, no, we will have a riot on our hands. So they called around to see who they could get, and somebody had recommended Christopher Cross, so he actually played for them.
Yeah. Queen is a greatest hits band for me. I like Queen much more now than I did in their heyday. Yeah. Thank you, Jamie King. Have a good day. Thanks for dropping by. Cardboard Head Guy, one of my favorite usernames on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Why didn't I call myself Cardboard Head Guy?
Yep.
Who had the better axe, Monterey or Woodstock? Probably Monterey. Monterey, I mean.
I'd have to see who was on the lineup for Monterey. I know the lineup with Woodstock much better.
I've been giving many artists more of a chance than I once did. Yeah, you have to. I think Steve needs to go and listen to some Billy Joel again. Give him another chance.
I did try about 2 years ago and didn't do it for me.
What is a personal favorite live album that comes to mind? Grand Funk Live album. It's my favorite because it was my first.
Yeah, I have my 5 favorite live albums. It's always been the same 5. I wish it was a double live album, but Jay Giles' Full House.
Yeah.
If Jay Giles' Full House was a double album, I would probably take it over Grand Funk Live or Wishbone Ash Live Dates or even Humble Pie Rockin' the Fillmore.
Yeah, that's a good
but
one.
Because those are all doubles, I'll pick them ahead of Jay Giles.
And another one of my favorites that should have been a double is Genesis Live.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah. I love Ride Like the Wind. Yeah.
Which is, I'm surprised that Genesis only did. I mean, because the 70s live albums were all about doing double albums, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. The S Festival was great. Yeah. My old manager played in his band, The Poppers, at Monterey. It's what the Jam. Hey, Larry and Steve, 2 legends in the BC. Steve, I did not know you were a legend like me.
Yeah, apparently so. At least in the eyes of Adam, I am. Yeah. Actually, I think I'm doing a live stream with Adam this weekend where we're going to rank our songs on Roy Orbison's Mystery Girl.
Okay. And which channels is it going to be on?
It's on Adam's. So what?
Okay.
Yeah. But we have a 6-hour time difference. It's in the UK. So either I'll be getting up early or he'll be going to bed.
I'm currently listening to the Beatles' White Album. That's a pretty good album. It's one of my all-time favorite albums, although I'm not really a fan of the person.
It's a great album.
Yeah.
Yeah, Van suffers from the same thing as Neil Young. They're both cranky old men at this stage of their life.
What is one band that has never made a bad album? There's a few. Blue Oyster Cult. They have, some albums better than others, but no bad albums. Sparks. The Beatles.
Yeah, the Beatles didn't make a bad album. I mean,
even Led Zeppelin, they didn't make a bad album.
I mean, as I'm going to say, as bad as, you know what? God, the Rolling Stones, Her Satanic Majesty's Request. I don't know if I can call it bad because you've got She's a Rainbow on there. But man, a lot of the rest of that album is really bad. I do like Oasis. Yeah, the first 2 albums are great. Yeah. Yeah, I love What's the Story, Morning Glory.
Is Paul Simon the greatest songwriter? He's right up there for me. Who's the greatest songwriter, Steve?
The greatest songwriter.
So when they say that, are they meaning lyrics? Like, greatest songwriter, does that include the actual song?
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna say a lyricist, I'm gonna have a tie between Bob Dylan and Ian Hunter. Greatest songwriter, I don't know. It would probably have to be Bob Dylan for me as the greatest songwriter.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, the live album is those first 2 studio albums, but they suffered from the fact, man, they could never bring that energy into the studio that they did with their live albums. I mean, because they put out 3 live albums and they almost sound like completely different bands.
Yeah, Warren Zevon. Yeah. I just got a full screen ad on YouTube on this live stream, the first ever. No problem, Larry. Right. Thank you.
Cash register's ringing, Larry.
I gotta make the money. Do you think Bob Dylan deserved the Nobel Prize? Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know who else was up for consideration, but I have no problem with it.
For me, lyrics alone, nobody can compete with Bob Dylan. Paul Simon's pretty damn good, though, too. Yeah. Bob Dylan. Lennon, McCartney, the best. Yep.
Yeah, and I'll agree there with Adam, because there's one thing about saying who is the greatest and who is your favorite. It can be 2 completely different answers. Well, Christopher, if you're just stepping your toes into the big pool of Bob Dylan, because you got 40 albums to start with, I would tell you to try Oh Mercy from '89. His voice is probably a little more accessible there.
Yep. Sgt. Pepper. One of the greatest albums ever. Larry, you need to listen to Billy Joel. The Studmuffin cinematic universe needs it. You will love it, son. Get on with it. He's better than Elton John and Springsteen combined. No, I used to buy Billy Joel albums back in the day, and then I grew up. Yeah, that's true too. He's pretty consistent. Tom Petty.
Yeah, Tom Petty never made a bad album.
Obama didn't. Paul Simon is up there for sure. Hello, Larry. Bebo Palula.
Palula, yeah.
Springsteen. Dylan's best era is 1965, 1966, and then briefly again in 1975 with Blood on the Tracks.
I do love Blonde on Blonde and Blood on the Tracks. No problem, Sheneb. Yeah, it's a great album.
Yeah, Ron Mail of Sparks is one of rock's best lyricists. You never know what you're going to get, and it is almost always entertaining. I agree, Stephen. Otherwise, Chris Difford from Squeeze is one of rock's finest. Cool.
Are you, Larry, are you going to be pulling out Sparks albums once we start our exchange?
I might at some point, but not right away.
Not right off the bat. Because I will admit I've never honestly given them a listen. Just because,
really? Okay, that's interesting.
Because I can remember seeing them on like Midnight Special and it just being turned off by the vocals. Mind you, that was 50 years ago.
Yeah.
And I probably haven't listened to Sparks since. So lyrically, I have no idea what they're talking about. Or
I like The Mind of Martin. The Smiths. The best Beatle era. The late years, I guess.
Well, for me, it's 65 and 66 because Help and Rubber Soul. That's both 65. Yeah, those are both 65.
Ron Mail of Sparks is becoming one of my favorite lyricists. Well, we'll give this about another 5. I was only going to be on for like half an hour. So thank you, Steve, for being part of this.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, so we'll get a few more questions in before we go. Steve, do you have a Oasis Live at Nebworth?
I have the deluxe box set of that, yes.
If Sgt. Pepper Magical Mystery Tour were put together, oh man, yeah.
Well, that would have made a great double album. Yep. It would have been a better double album than the White Album, that's for sure.
So I would like to thank everybody for dropping by and leaving comments. Please remember to subscribe to All the World's a Stage. Check out his channel. And The American Rubber Soul is my favorite Beatles album. Yeah. Bye-bye, guys, and bye-bye, guys.
Okay.
What solo Beatles album sound like it could have been a Beatles album? Ringo. The Ringo album.
I don't have any solo Ringo. I don't know.
Yeah. You should watch the Sparks Brothers documentary sometime.
Oh, yeah.
Even if you don't like the music.
I've watched documentaries of other bands where I do not like the music.
Yeah,
so
it's interesting because it's like they never gave up because they love being creative, right?
Is it Netflix, Amazon, or
it was on Netflix? I don't know if it is now, but
what's it called? Do you remember?
The Sparks Brothers.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Yeah, it's directed by Edgar Wright, famous director.
Okay, I will check it out.
Thank you, pal.
I'll put it in my playlist.
Some of the songs on Mystery Tour could have ended up on Sgt. Pepper's. The Sparks doc is quite good. Yeah. The AI generation doesn't care about the Beatles. No, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, I was going to say there's going to be some. There's exceptions to the rule and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, everybody. And check out my Guess Who video on my Canadian Studmuffin channel. I'll be posting it soon. And check out Steve's channel. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry.
You're welcome.
And I will see you Sunday.
Okay. Bye-bye.